I personally, this week, it's a great week already. I brought on four brand new people, two of which are on a part of not just the business, four business partners, but two are part of the 100-day challenge, the Burn Earn Challenge. Excited about that. One extremely excited about my youngest sister. So again, it's a family affair, and when you're doing something like this that could change a person's life, who better than the ones you love? But I'm gonna tell you, sometimes that's a struggle. I'm telling you, when you look at having conversations with people your family members, people who you love, and they're so comfortable with you, and they, basically think they know. Let's say that they know everything. They just don't want to give you the credit for knowing everything, or putting them in a position where they can actually help with this, that, and other. It's a challenge, and and she'll tell y'all a story one day. But it's kind of like my uncle. The conversation I had with my uncle about a week ago. And I told you guys about that. Where if I was a doctor, told him if I was a doctor, you take all my advice, and you wouldn't be giving me all this pushback about my product, right? And he kind of had to take a look at it and say, okay, you're right. Well, yesterday talked to my sister. It's kind of like the same thing. I'm like, I'm telling you about making money. I said, have you ever made $1 million? Have you ever made $500,000? She said, no. I said, well, every time I'm telling you something about how to make money, how to put yourself in a better position, right? How to work your way out of a job, you got pushback. You want to tell me how you want to do it, but you've never done it before. Okay. And you guys are going to get a lot of that, right? And so just know, like I told her, same thing. If I was your boss and I was telling you how to do your job to make the $30 an hour that you make, okay, you would follow my instructions 100%, right? She said, you know what? You're right, brother. I'm sorry. I'll listen to you. I said, yeah, I'm not your brother right now. I said, I'm literally your coach right now. When I coach my wife, when we do business together, I'm not her husband, right? We don't do the husband wife thing when I'm coaching her, when I'm mentoring her, because she can't respect the information I'm giving her, in that situation, in that scenario. So it's the same thing with you. I'm not your brother right now. I'm the person that's here to save your life. And I'm telling you, when it comes to my niece, I need you to take this advice because you're blocking her blessing. It's not just about you. And so rather than telling you, if you care about people, have those conversations, right? And those real hard conversations, a lot of times, make sure people know they're getting in their own way, and make sure you put it to them in a manner where they can receive it and all up in their emotions. So with that, excited about that, excited about the customers, excited about the growth of the group, excited about all the people who got their tickets to Orlando, guys. And I did 13,362 steps yesterday. And so, and lost half a pound. So, with that being said, I'll open up Amanda, let you go first since you're at work, and what you got on your plate.
Oh, so yesterday was a great day for me. I don't know the exact number. I know it was over 13,000. Um, but I made sure I got over 13,000 yesterday because I went out early and then I came back in and went out again. And on my journey out, one of the ladies that I've been talking to for a while, she was coming home. So she stopped and we talked, and I signed her out right on the spot.
Mm,
Yay! So
that's
not
what I'm
only
talking
was I
about.
burning, but I was earning at the same time. So this is working.
Mm,
And I put that
mm.
I put all of that out in the chat and say, hey, this is what this is about, helping other people and getting it done. So um
That's that's what I'm talking
I
about.
had some people yesterday that wanted to get on calls, but I couldn't find any. So hopefully we got some today.
Well, I know this. We got recorded videos though. Like I said, we got, and also remember
I
we
send
got
them
the
that.
yeah we got the 10 days,
I
the
saw
events
that
in 10
too.
days.
Yeah.
There you go. So make sure you get them on there because that's going to be 10 different trainings from 10 different leaders. And all these guys are going to be teaching. Let's see, you guys got the gentleman in the background. Make sure you stay on mute. But go ahead. So we got those 10 days in a row, 10 leaders doing their thing, telling you how to go out here and make money in 10 different ways and teaching you 10 different skills or whatever it is. So I'm even in there myself. So they got me in the mix. So just look out for that. And now, since the new week has started, guys, make sure you're going out there getting your tools. Get your tools early in the week, so you don't have to worry about cramming last like you did, like some people had to do yesterday. Trying to before 11 o'clock, trying to stay qualified. In the global food bonus, weekly global food bonus. And so, hey, make sure you get it done early. But stay tuned. More information is coming out. More training calls are coming out. More presentations are coming out as well. All right. Thank you, madam. Congratulations on a great day. All right.
Oh,
Who's next?
yeah, and hold on,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Bean, one more thing. Yesterday, I also went to your calendar and signed up for our welcome call, so everybody's excited about that, knowing that you're gonna be the one welcoming the whole team.
Okay. No, I'm glad you said that. Text me the time and I'll send you my
Okay,
Zoom. And then
okay,
also, you guys for Calendly, text me or send me a message because I dropped my phone yesterday. So I got to put my Calendly on another phone. So I can't see my appointments today. But I'm glad you brought that up. It was meant to be.
uh,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
All right. That's what
Great
I'm talking
morning.
about,
Good
Doc.
morning,
That's how
Mr.
you kick it.
Bing.
Hey, Toy, come on with it. What you got this morning?
Well, I just wanted to share. Well, let me share my steps. I did get over 10,100 and something last night.
Okay.
So I made sure I got that in. And I had a testimonial from a distributor of mine. He's on Rebelsis. And he said that he gets this sulfur burp that's pretty offensive.
Mhm.
And so it's embarrassing for him when he's, at work or out about, and he has this belch that comes from, it's a symptom of his medication for diabetes. And so
Okay.
he started drinking the drink. He ordered the juice. And he said from on the first day he drank the juice, he did not experience that sulfur burp that he normally has every day. So he was
Mhm.
really excited about that. And so I just wanted to share that I had never heard anything about a sulfur burp from a medication. Um,
Mhm.
but I also just wanted to kind of help everyone, just kind of encourage everyone in regards to like when you're seeing the pounds going backwards when you get on the scale and things like that. Remember that there is a hormone that is attached to those negative feelings. So forgive yourself quickly so that you're not also like feeding into that negative emotion and creating the hormones that kind of add to that. So we're all not perfect. I encourage everyone that's doing this challenge, whether it's 5,000, 7,500, or 10,000, you're doing something. So rah rah for that, and just keep moving forward. Thank you so much for allowing me to share, Mr. Bean. I'm going to go back on mute.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that. Yeah. And going back toward the hump and the hormone, that's happiness is very, very important. Learn how to celebrate every day and everything. Everything that you have as a win is worth celebrating. And learn how to reward yourself for them too. So, what if I were you? I'll do something like give myself a massage, a spa day, well, it's massage day once a month at least. If you're not doing massages right now and you haven't done a massage in a while, do them once a month as a reward. I'm on the 100-day challenge, right? I'm losing weight, doing a little bit of workout. Give yourself a reward. You working out 2, 3 days a week, 3, 4 days a week, 4, 5 days a week. The more and more you work out, more and more you massage yourself. I mean, reward yourself, right? So give yourself, say, oh, I like it to massage every other week, right? And so for me, I'm an every other week type of guy. And uh, sometimes every week, depending on how hard I work out, right? But I'm always making sure I pamper myself and reward myself because that kind of helps with the stress, taking the stress off, okay, off the body, off the mind, off the soul. So great job on the steps. And guys, definitely like to hear those steps. So who's next?
Slim
Good
Jim Leroy
morning.
here.
Slim Jim. Oh, that's her. Slim Jim first, and then we'll go with the young lady.
Good morning, everyone. I'm kind of the black sheep in the family here. I am not trying to lose weight. I am trying to gain weight. And since I've been on Walk and Talk, I've gained 5 pounds. I wanted to
All
get
right.
20. And guess what?
Okay.
There would appear to be like little noodles hanging on one on each side of my body. It's turned into muscle. My biceps are stronger and getting bigger. And, this is working. So the 5 pounds that I gained was all muscle. I have no
Mm-hmm.
loose skin on my arms nor on my tummy. So I'm
Mm,
very proud of that. In terms of the steps, I've had some personal things to handle the last couple of days. So those steps went down. Uh, but I think on August 2nd or August 1st or whatever, I got up to 6,100 steps, and I was really proud of that. And, at my age, I'm not doing anything with the cane. This is great. I mean, I don't,
that's
I
what
don't
I'm
use
talking
a
about.
cane anyway, but I'm not doing anything. And, other than just being blessed,
Mm-hmm.
to have this kind of energy and be able to go all day, every day. I just feel good. So, but I thank God for Walk and Talk, and I thank God for Mrs. Bean invited me on to to change my schedule and so forth and get on. So
That's what
that's
I'm talking
what I
about.
have to say.
So
Now,
Leroy,
don't expect me to do those 10,000 or 15,000 if I'm trying to gain weight. So there has to be a balance there someplace. But I'm pretty comfortable if I can get to 6,000 a day.
that's what I'm talking about. Well, and think about it. Like I said, you have a different agenda, right? And your agenda is to gain weight, right? And so, the 5,000 steps, that those steps, when you're around that neighborhood, it keeps you mobile, it keeps you active, it keeps you living, right? And so the 10,000, that keeps you lean. So, I said, first of all, that's important. And so, first of all, I'm glad that you're out here moving around doing your thing. And sounds like Leroy got his groove back and didn't have to go to Jamaica to get it. So,
Absolutely.
congratulations, man. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Good testimony. Great testimonials this morning. Who's the young lady that was next? That was coming in right after
Good
Leroy?
good morning. This is Maddie. Um,
Hey,
First of
Maddie.
all,
Good morning.
hey, thank you for the opportunity to share, and thanks JD for checking in on me. I had a roller coaster last couple 2 weeks, but um, because I shared with him that uh, a week ago I had a plan for Monday that I was coming back from my sister-in-law's funeral. I had my plan to get on the go. I got another shocker. But in the midst of that shocker, I was sharing the product with some people, and they listened to the conversation online, and they said, "Well, Matt, I don't want to uh, be a subscriber. I'll just buy the product from you." So I sold them my product, but I'm still trying to work with them to be subscribers themselves because I told them that it's a discount if they become a subscriber. But regardless with that, I spoke to 6 people this week. So I'm hoping and praying by next week that I can have me at least two. Um, the walking is easy for me. Normally that's what I normally get to, but life has been life, and so I'm doing with things. JD is me.
Man, it sounds like you're in a dead area, like you went out on us. We can barely hear you. Unless it's just me. Can you guys hear?
No, she went
That
out.
No,
looks
we
She
can't.
went
No,
out.
sir.
She in that JD
okay.
portal.
Boy, out out there in the trees with me and JD.
In the
All
bush.
right, well, let's see here. But Maddie, when you come back in, let me see here. Yeah, so okay, so what we'll do is this. After the next speaker, we'll see if Maddie's able to we can hear. and we'll let her pick up where she left off. But who wants to go ahead and start right now while
It's
she's?
Roberta.
Hey, Roberta. Good morning.
Hi, Roberta from Jacksonville. I did 10,000, exactly 10,000 steps last night. I was hovering at 80, 89 for the longest, and I said, let me get my tootie up, and I got it done. I posted a video yesterday of, drink the pink drink that shrinks. I did that. And I got a lot of responses back. I sent everybody the videos. I sent 5 people the video. And so far, they have not responded. But today is the day I go back and tell them, hey, I know life gets busy. And did you have an opportunity to watch the video? That's the question, the follow-up question for today when I go back into those 5 people that I sent the video to. I also followed up on some other people. I sent 8 people the video the day before. And believe it or not, 6 of the 8 people said, that's a lot of money. It's expensive. And I said, compared to what? I wanted to know what they was comparing it to. And so they just said, well, I don't really have that much money. And so I said, okay. So to me, though, even though those people temporarily are saying no, it just makes me feel like I'm getting closer to the yes. It's just, I know that sounds silly. It's so exciting that because I'm talking to people. That's the goal, is to get the video, get the information in people's hands.
There you go. And you know what? You're doing an amazing job, by the way. And I'm gonna just say, all you guys are, if you are doing anything, whether it be posting videos, whether it be shaking hands, it don't matter what you're doing a great job. And we always get better, when we're doing it. And sometimes the technique, is not what needs to improve. Sometimes it's the confidence, in the situation that needs to be improved as well. So the more and more you do it, guys, the better you'll be. And I'll go back to you and them when they're having that conversation about price. Okay. And so when you look at price, like you said, compared to what, right? When you look at price, you know how much people pay a month for Ozempic? Okay. From $800 to $1,200, $1,300 a month, right? On average. Do you know how much, even with insurance, some people are paying 60, 70, $80 a month at the low end, 150, 200, $300 on the high end with insurance, right? And so right now, you got people who are paying to lose weight that are intentionally putting themselves in the way of harm. Think about the price you pay for the care that you're going to need if something goes wrong because you didn't take any action at all and you didn't lose any weight at all, right? And your body continued to deteriorate, right? What's the cost of that? Okay, is that not worth $80 a month, right? You get your 30 drinks a month, is that not worth it? Okay, and so you gotta, it's like when you talk to people about price, I mean, don't put a price tag on your health. And that's the thing that you want to learn, those type of statements, put people in a position where, they understand that, guys, let me tell you, it only gets worse. It only gets worse. You get sick and you fall ill, right? To diabetes or you fall ill, congestive heart failure, you fall ill to any obesity related, health condition, and you don't have insurance, right? Well, first of all, even if you have insurance, just falling ill is something that you have the ability not to fall ill from because you decide to take care of yourself. That's already expensive. It always costs you time, costs you money, costs you energy, and that costs you, frustration to the people who you love because now they gotta care for you. Now they gotta take you to doctor visits, and now they gotta monitor you. Now they gotta cook for you. Now they gotta do all this other stuff. So you know, we gotta have these conversations with people from a place of care, place of love. But we gotta know right now. Don't put a price tag on your health. Don't look at the cost of the bag because the cost of the bag is very inexpensive compared to everything out there on the market. But it's extremely inexpensive. It's inexpensive compared to everything on the market, but it's very, very inexpensive compared to, what other these GLP-1 products because most important thing. Go back to GLP, right? And you use that for value. It's not just a weight loss program. It's one of these products that help you improve health and keep you off side effects, while you're doing so. That's attached to all these other GLP-1 products. GLP-1 pricing, GLP-2 pricing, right? GIP and peptide pricing, right? You don't have to go to the clinic to get any of this stuff. Like you have people who will drive literally from one city to the next, right, to get some shots, right? And the gas spent one way is more than one bag. And so a trip, you can get 2 bags, 2 bottles, a bag and a bottle just for the gas that you spent before you eat for the peptides or the GLP-1 shots. Okay. So don't let people use the cost thing on you guys. It don't cost too much. It don't cost enough, in my opinion. But I'm glad they priced it the way they did. Because again, make sure people can afford it and people can get the help that they need. So I appreciate you bringing it up this morning, Roberta. Thank you very much, and
Yeah.
congratulations on the 10,000.
Hey, one last thing on the testimony. I used to rub my feet down at night, every night, because I had foot surgery from being in the military. And I rub it down every night with some kind of pain cream just so it won't wake me up during the night. Well, I haven't done it in 2 nights, and I am so amazed. I haven't had to do it since I started the product. And I also have clarity in the morning when I wake up. I don't have brain fog. So I'm not saying that the product cured my brain fog, but I'm just telling you what has happened since I started the product.
Mm-hmm. Well, that brain fog, I'm gonna tell you, that's one of the things that it does work with. That's listed, right? You hear people talking about the brain fog a lot. And so, yeah, no, that's one of those things that people, not necessarily because of their body is different, I would say can expect, but they shouldn't be surprised, right? And so also when it comes to your feet, pay attention to your feet. Oh, like I said, the pain, the soreness, aching, the chronic, residual pain that you get from that surgery. My wife was just like that. Michelle Zambrano, who had 2 accidents and has a metal arm and a metal rod in her arm and an infused back, had chronic pain. And now all of a sudden she didn't have any pain anymore. And matter of fact, headaches. My wife, oh my God, wife has migraines. We keep it migraine Excedrin in the cabinet, right? And she hadn't had a migraine. Her headaches are gone. She hadn't had anything like that since we've been on the product. And so I'm just telling you, that's the thing Michelle also said that triggered it last night. I'm like, whoa, my wife was just talking about how she hadn't had migraines, hadn't had any symptoms since we actually started using this product. So there's a lot of great things there that you want to make sure you're paying attention to when your body is talking to you, because your body is intelligent and it's telling you what you need to know. It's saying don't stop, use this stuff, right? Keep on using this stuff, but also make sure you guys are staying hydrated, drinking the best of water. All right. So test your water. And even if you got to buy a better water, buy it. Right now, the best thing you could do, for yourself is put the best water and the best product in it. So thank you very much, Roberta. Now, is Maddie back on?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. There we go. We got you. We got you.
Okay, I apologize. I was in them trees. I don't know
I
where
got
I
you.
was. I don't know where I was, but I'm gonna make it short and sweet. I got over 20. I spoke to over 6 people this week. I'm doing follow up, so I'm hoping and praying that the motivation that I have and the intuity that I have with walking, that I can work on my entrepreneuring skills. So whisper a prayer for me.
I got you. I got.
And
I'll tell you what.
and the
Go ahead.
testimony is that um I lost 6 pounds. I've noticed that inflammation. Everyone is peculiar. I have inflammation in my wrist, and I noticed that on both of them that the inflammation is gone. So and I'm attributing
Mm,
that to the product because that's I noticed it when I started using it. So thank you for allowing me to share, and thank you. I'd like to give up my shout out. Thank JD for encourage me and keeping in touch to keep me on the wagon. Okay, in the
Yep.
wheelbarrow, I should say.
You see him every day, and he puts in his own wheelbarrow every day, so he out there walking and walking. I'm just saying, I'm excited about that. And but also the when you talk about the information, one of the things that I saw, and I forgot, I was going through that rabbit hole that we call Try GLP Facebook group yesterday, and I saw a before and after of somebody who they really and truly suffer from inflammation. And the guy has hands up, both his hands up, swollen, and says his hands are like that all the time. And then the after picture, his hands look like normal fingers, and he says his hands are never like this. He said, "This is how my hands are supposed to look, and my hands have been like this." He said, "It feels stuff. I can feel different when I grab things, when I touch things." He's like, "No pain and all this other stuff, and it's just my fingers are no longer swollen, hands are no longer swollen, and they look like two different people's hands, right? Or look like how you have somebody they get stung by something, or they they eat something they're not supposed to, that they're allergic to, and have allergic reaction, and their hands blow up. That's what it looked like, and they're like that all the time." So he is now or different. He's taking pictures of his hands before and after. They look amazing. So that inflammation, guys, that's the thing that people suffer from. And if you're relatively healthy, it don't really seem like a big thing to you. But for others, guys, there's some drastic cases of it. And so, but no, Maddie, other things I'm going to tell you guys that if you're having challenges closing people, have some conversations with your leaders, have some conversations and get some answers. And I always tell you, the question as a leader, guys, you always want to ask your people is this: okay, so what are you saying? What are you giving them? What are you saying? And how are they replying? What are you saying when you follow up? Okay. And also, last thing, most important thing is, are you putting them on the phone with an expert, right? And the expert is your senior partner, the person who knows sometimes the same that you know. Sometimes it's a third voice, second voice on the call that helps the person get the deal done. Okay. That's it. When you know somebody, guys, especially when you're close to them, again, they procrastinate, put stuff off, and they may be interested, they may see the value in it, but because you may be so close to them, they don't move. They don't see it as a transaction at that point, right? They don't see it as business at that point. They don't see it as them being able to get the help they need at that point. You know, the urgency is not there. So when you add somebody else to the fold, and that person just starts to ask some questions and double back and say, hey, well, now you can see why everybody's excited. Now you can see why we can't keep this stuff. You know, why everybody's always selling out. Now you see, can't you see now using this product, which with this product, can't you see yourself hitting your 13-pound weight loss goal, or your 22-pound weight loss goal? Or, can you see this? You're possibly helping you with some of the challenges that you're facing right now that you told Maddie about? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, great. Well, this is what I want you to do. Go ahead and get your, a position as a customer. Okay. And there's also a distributor position that you can pay for if you want to get it for cheap. It's a wholesale customer. We have our wholesale customers, we have our retail customers. Guys, stop saying distributor. Now, if you want a distributor, make sure you say wholesale. All right. The difference is one pays less than the other. Okay. For them, the difference for you is, yeah, you don't make as much commission wise, but you now have somebody that's qualified, that's helping you qualify, that's helping you stay active, somebody that's in the fold as a business partner that counts for the rest of your building numbers. Okay. But use wholesale customer, not distributor, wholesale customer versus retail customer. Okay. And so I don't tell everybody about this, Maddie, but this I'm gonna tell you. You my family, I love you. And so you need to be a wholesale customer. It's gonna cut into my commissions. I don't care. I want you to save the money because I want you to be able to afford it. And that way you can buy more bags. The more money you save, more bags you can buy. So save that money. Let's go ahead and get you started. As a matter of fact, man, if you buy 2 bags, that'll help you. You gotta take it twice a day instead of just once, and you get the results that you want twice as fast. And guess what? You'll say now, as a wholesale customer, you'll save about $40 to $50 if you do it that way. Okay. And so the other thing, guys, is this: people don't know. Now, the retail price online is one thing. Now, your personal retail price, the markup is another thing. And this is business. So since you said business, Maddie, I'm gonna give you the business. Okay. If you sell it for $100, $105, $110 out your hands, right? He said, well, if you are a wholesale customer, you can get it for 80. You can say 20, you can say 30, right? And I don't want to charge you 110, but that's my retail price based on the shipping, based on the stocking, based on everything I got to go through to get it, right? And so I want to make sure, you get it. Now, this first bag, I'll sell you if you become a wholesale distributor, if you become a wholesale distributor, I mean, if you become a wholesale customer, okay, and we sign you up as a wholesale customer where you can buy it. You don't have to be on the subscription right now, but if you buy it as a wholesale customer, I'll sell you one, for wholesale price while you're waiting on the other one to come in. That way you can have it right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna sell it to you for retail because it's my business. I gotta take care of business. Okay. And so these are the type of conversations you want to have with people and get good at having with people. Know your price and know, every time you tell them about your price, hey, this is my price for my retail customers, not my wholesale customers. Make that distinction. I appreciate you, Maddie.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
Cool.
Yes, ma'am. Who else? Keep them
Mr.
numbers
Bing.
up though, Maddie. You got it going on. All right. What's on, big guy? You doing all right
Mr.
today?
Bing. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What you got, Tim?
All right. Excited this morning. Yeah, I tell you what, I've been feeling great. Erica been feeling great. And yesterday morning we got up and we were on our way out to go for our walk. And as we got a few steps from the porch, my cousin, she came through the speaker system on the outside, like the doorbell ring system, and she says, hold up, wait for me. I want to go with y'all." So we waited, and she came out, and we went for a walk through the neighborhood, and so just out, inspiring her to get up and move too. And Erica told me when we got back, she said, you know, um, it's been hard for me to get up, you know, in the mornings and go for these walks. But since I've been, on the walk and talk, being on this new product, because normally she has, with the diabetes, sometimes she has the neuropathy in the morning. She would have, so sometimes she'd be like, okay, go, you go for the walk. I do mine later on, till she can get herself together. But man, she been up, energized, ready to go. She been motivated. She been getting her steps in before mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold up. I'm looking at her like,
I'm talking
hold up,
about.
like you ain't gonna wait for me. Hey, look, she like, when I'm talking on the phone, walking talk, she walking around the room. She doing this. I said, how many you got? I'm like, I got 1,700. She got 6,000. I'm like, what you doing? Wait for me. You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, I'm feeling good. Don't have no pain. So, man, I'm just excited about that because, I know from personal experience, I'll be like,
Yeah.
all right, man, if you don't feel well, I understand. Hey, just chill and, I come back and whatever. But for her to just be jumping up, be ready to go, I mean, that's just a testament to, one, the motivation of this call, the accountability, and then the product. That's giving her that extra energy, so
Mhm.
yeah, so that's our testimony for this morning, and we're just excited for the next 96 days. All right,
That's what I'm
turn over to you,
talking
sir.
about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And how many steps did you get yesterday, Tim?
12 with 12,000 something. Yeah, it was about
Okay.
12,000 something. Yes,
Okay, over
sir.
12,000. That's fantastic. Great day. Great day. And
Mhm.
yeah, I'll tell you, you know your spouse. They know you. You know, when my wife is not feeling the best or I'm not feeling the best, we understand. We just, like I said, right now, I'll let her sleep, let her do her thing. But, like I said, when she's up, she's motivated, she's moving, you know, like yesterday, she was up before yesterday, she was with so much energy. And most people also got that beetroot that they put in there, that beetroot juice or powder, whatever it is. Beetroot gives you a lot of oxygenation. I said oxidation, no, oxidation, oxygenation. I'm in here making oxygenation. I think I made a word. So, but it floods the body with oxygen. You know what I'm talking about. And man, you talking about energy. This woman was cleaning like a robot, like iRobot, a human robot, just moving around and cleaning up everything. I'm on a call and I'm looking, and she's just like a blur, grabbing stuff, putting stuff up, fix. Like I'm like, whoa, you get all this energy from? And wasn't tired, wasn't out of breath. Right? She was just out here getting it. She's in the house just getting it. So, but she'll come in and I walk in the house. Like right now, I'm walking still in the house. It's hot outside. I ain't gonna go outside and get all sweaty and then have to go to the gym and be all sweaty in the gym. I'll get sweaty in the gym. But we motivate each other, and we're always, as a household, guys. If you have a spouse, don't nag them to do it. Motivate them to do it, inspire them to do it. Right? Let them take the products, let them drink the products if they need to lose weight, and you keep on working out around them. Right? And what happens is when you start losing those pounds or shedding those pounds and those inches, right? They get motivated and they get up off the couch, just like his cousin. Say, hey, don't leave me. Right? The fear of abandonment, right, is not just you leaving somebody at a physical location. The fear of abandonment kicks in when you're leaving somebody at a destination that they don't want to be left at when it comes to their goals and dreams. And I'm just telling you, first you got goals they want to accomplish. They see somebody hitting their goals and they look like they're standing still. That'll actually do something to them and force them to move. All right? So keep on doing your thing in front of everybody, guys, where everybody can see. That's why posting is so important. All right. Who do we have next?
I was waiting on Candy to speak, but I don't hear her, so
Go
I guess I'll go.
ahead, JD.
Hey, listen, I got two things here. First of all, a little bit of sad news I got last night. My best friend I've known since I was 8 years old. 8, man. We stay in touch. He lives out in Utah. Sent me a report last night, about 11 o'clock. He'd been diagnosed with prostate cancer. He's going to have to go through 5 weeks worth of treatment starting in September. That broke me up, Mr. Bean. Broke me up. So y'all pray for my friend, man, please. So on the other hand, I still got two things. When I'm walking out here in the morning time, I get so pumped up sometimes. I see a guy cutting grass. I'm going to talk to him. I'm talking to him about something. I see a guy getting ready to get in his truck. I'm going to talk to him. So I've been doing that for a couple of mornings. And matter of fact, what I do is keep samples in my pocket as I walk, because I want to make sure I give it to somebody. So there's a gentleman, a retired Air Force guy that lives a little ways away. I only met him through walking, right? Saying hi to him. So a few days ago, today is Wednesday, I think last week, I gave him a sample, explained to him some things, sent him some information. This morning he passed by me. He just said, I think I want to get on that. I'll give you a call. Okay, let's get it on then, partner. So, courage. You talked about getting the courage or confidence to go talk to folks. Hey, you just got to go do it. You just got to go do it.
Right.
Pull out the stops and go do it. So yesterday also, I'm at the gas station. And you remember Tim said he count 1, 2, 3. He couldn't get to 7. Well, I couldn't get to 3, right? So I seen this guy pumping the gas at the gas station. I had some packets in my hand. I said, man, you can't just approach somebody like that, dude. Where you gonna approach somebody that may say something to you? You may think you're trying to call him fat. But I said, no, I want to help him. I said, well then get out and tell him so. I said, no, man. I said, man, get your butt out of this truck. Get out. So I got out of the truck. I went up to him. I said, hey, so how you doing? Let me ask you a question. Do you know what GLP is? He said, no. I didn't say GLP-1. I said GLP. I said, you know what GLP is? No. He said, you know it's a natural body hormone, right? He goes, no, I don't know. I said, so I explained some stuff to him about what I had in my hand. And I said, you ever seen the commercial where those Ozempic is? He goes, oh, yeah. You talking about GLP-1. Well, yeah, the doctor got me on Manjaro because of my diabetes. I go, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. I said, well, this is an all-natural product. It may help you out. I said, I will help you out. I said, so let me give you this sample. And because Angel said give out to So I said, let me give you this sample, and let me get back with you, see how you like it, see how it makes your body feel. I said, matter of fact, let me give you 2 more for your wife also, because she was sitting in the car. So he said, sure, give it to me. And he followed me to my truck. He followed me to my truck so
Mm-hmm.
I could get his information. Because he evidently he wanted something. Because if he didn't, he'd have
Mm-hmm.
got in his car and left. But he followed
Mm-hmm.
me to my truck and let me write his name down, phone number, and everything. So I sent him some information last night. So I think it's more about not being afraid. Because I can tell you,
Right.
I ain't naturally scared of anybody. But when you're
Right.
trying to get in somebody's business,
Right.
that's not a comfortable place to get unless you're comfortable with
Right.
it. And I'm not, but I got comfortable yesterday because I remember Tim counting 1, 2. He said he couldn't get to 7. So with that, I have some more to say, but I'm gonna let somebody else have some turns. So I'll turn it back over to you, Mr. B. Go on mute.
Well, first of all, amazing. Fact that and courageous. Like I said, it's not courageous from us like a physical, fear is the fear of insulting somebody without that intention, right? So, but you let that person's health and the benefit that they can get from this product override, whatever inadequacies you felt before you approach them. And that's the most important thing. When you do it and you do it, with in the right, with the right spirit, people can feel it, right? People can feel it. And you're not trying to attack anybody, just say, look, everybody, knows somebody who's overweight. Okay. Even if it's not you, every 7 out of 10 people you talk to, like I was telling my sister last night, I said, look at your phone, go through your phone. I said, 7 out of 10 of the people who you look at on your phone, those numbers who are adults, 7 out of 10 of those people are overweight. And she paused. She said, hold on. She went to her, her phone number and her phone list on her phone. And she called me by my nickname. She said, brother, oh my God. She said literally 6 or 7, every time I look, 6 or 7 people out of 10 are overweight. I said, see, I said, now look at that, keep on looking at that phone. I said, in that list, 10% of those people, 1 out of every 10 of those people are already on Ozempic, Wegovy, or Manjaro. I said, and then look at it again. I said, out of those 10 people, 3.5, 3 big people in the midget are looking online every day for, a healthier alternative, right? I say, we're talking about 35% of the people out there who in your phone right now are looking to literally lose weight, but a healthier alternative to Ozempic, but with the effects of it. I said, so you just need to open your mouth, have these have these conversations, comfortable and uncomfortable, with these people, and get them to open up, let you know that you got something, that can change their lives. And so, JD, that is an amazing story, bro. Thank you very much for that one, because it's important. Like I'll be at the gym, we be working out, and the guys I work out with, they my age, all right? Yeah, they my age. So they work out and they talk. They talk to everybody around them. We all shake hands and connect with everybody around us that's in the gym, and everybody know each other. It's big gym, big connections. And I literally pulled my bag out yesterday because one of the guys who I work out with, yeah, he's one of these guys. He from New York, real swole, uh, don't need to lose weight type guy. So we follow each other on social media. He said, man, you on my feed every day. And he said, I'm coming. He said, I'm coming, big dog. I'm gonna join you. I just gotta finish this project I'm on. But he sees me in the gym passing out these sticks every day. Like we have some mutual friends that we talk to, and I open up my little bag and I got my white bag in there and I pop out them white bags. He looking at me like, oh man, this dude, you go with these sticks again. Yeah, I go with these sticks again. Right. But he see how people look when I pull those sticks out, and he see how they sit there, look at them, and how they see the hope, how he see the hope in their face when I actually give them, those 2 or 3 sticks. Because these guys I see every day. I mean, we in the gym, dap up every day. What happens when these guys come in and say, man, look, I'm shredding. Man, I got more energy. Man, you know what? I'm eating better. Man, you know what? I'm sleeping better. And that now I become the guy in the gym that's making a huge impact on the people in the gym. So, man, I'm telling you, I'm always open for business. I'm Walmart, 24-hour day, 7 days a week. If I have an eyesight rule, if I see you, see me, right? We're gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna hit you with the form technique. And you know what? I'm gonna teach the form technique on here one day this week because you guys gotta know how to communicate with people in public, strangers, okay? And how to get in and get out, and how to make sure you get the message across, and how to make people ask you for it. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna teach you guys that one day this week. And that way you guys can get it. So appreciate you, JD, again, doing your thing, praying for your partner.
Thank
All
you,
right,
sir. Thank you.
yes, sir. That's a lesson in itself, man. All right, who's next? JD, stand packed, because like I said, nobody's next. Yeah, you
I'm
back
next
up. You
and
got more.
again.
Come on, go ahead.
I'm next again. How about that? So
Yeah.
also what happened, I've been doing stuff every day. It may not be incremental of 20, 40 people, but I make sure I try to touch somebody every day, right? I got that itch that I can't sit still. I always had it. Everybody say I'm too hyper, but I'm not hyper in my mind. I'm just always moving, right?
Mhm.
I'm always
In
moving. By the
motion.
way, I got 13,289 yesterday, 13,289. When I cut it off, right?
Mhm.
But my next door neighbor, I sent him a message. I don't know if I told this or not. I sent him a message. I asked him the question about, do you know anybody that's on Ozempic or that type of medication? I would like to let me know what you know. Let me know if you do. And he sent me a message right back. By the way, I sure do. And he said, because I looked at him and he had looked like he was. I thought he was on something anyway. So when I went out to talk to him, he go, I'm on it. I'm taking this shot. But man, JD, it's expensive, man. It's like almost $500 a month. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but he's been using it for a minute. But that's not the point of the story. So he's a champion pool player, a champion pool. I don't want to call him shark, but a pool player, right? So he
Gotcha.
invited me. He invited me to his championship, a pre-championship game, a couple of nights ago. So I went to the game, but his wife was with him. And then his wife started talking to me. We started chatting. And she said, yeah, I saw you gave Mike some of those orange packets. And of course, I had some in my pocket. And then
Of course.
I pulled it out and I started explaining it to her about it. She's telling me how she's taking care of her mom and how her energy is down. And so I gave her the two packets at that tournament. I stayed for a little bit, and then I left. She sent me her phone number, so I texted her some information and tell her to join. I asked her to join the Try GLP group, and not Try GLP. Yeah, our Facebook group that the testimonies are in, and then I gave her another Try GLP-1 group that I'm in. I told her to look at this. I said, look at the people complaining about what their problems are, and look at what some of the folks over in this other side have gotten solved. So look at that and let me know. So she sent me a message back yesterday. Say, hey, I'm accepted to these groups. I'm liking what I see in here. And I said, okay, well, we'll have another conversation later this week, or maybe today if I see her, because she's taking care of mom. So hey, listen, I start touching folks. I got the ants. I got the guy next door. Hey, listen, the
Mm-hmm.
guy sitting on the lawnmower. I just said, hey, shit, let me put this stuff in my pocket and go talk to some people. Firefighter friend, just trying to follow back up with him. Not friend, but firefighter guy that lives up the street. I'm just trying to follow back up with him to see not what they think. I want to know how they felt, right? I don't care what you think, because you can tell me, well, I think the package should be blue. Well, I
Yeah,
don't care what you think about that. So I want you to tell me how
exactly.
you felt when you took this product. So, and
Right.
with that, I'll go back on mute again. And if ain't nobody else talking, I got something else. All right, I'll go back on mute.
Hey,
Hey, good
all right.
morning. Good morning.
Hold on, real quick before you jump in, real quick. I appreciate you. And we got you next. But yesterday, and I'm gonna tell you guys how important this is. Also, the more important, I mean, the more calls you have with your group, the better. Yesterday, we had a gentleman out of San Antonio, Tony Garza, and Tony had uh, 5 people on the call last night that just jumped on. He asked me if I can have a conversation with one person. I said, sure, as long as he, watch the video. I said, sure. So I look up. He said, Mr. Bean, I had a couple other people who wanted to jump on as well. They had some questions. I'm like, okay. So I end up shooting a text message to Michelle and Laura, and both of them were able to actually get on with me. But I narrated the call, had a great call. But he had a gym owner on there, and this gym owner, Chris, had got upwards, of some over 300 pounds, basically almost 400 pounds, and he was on, I think it's Manjaro as well. And oh no, Retatrutide is what he's on. He was on Retatrutide, and he lost 70 pounds, almost 80 pounds, in 2 months. But like I said, he was shredding, eating, working out, all this other stuff, and it's not a lot. Like 80 pounds off 400, that's a lot of weight. But we talked about a lot of the side effects and a lot of the stuff that's going on, and him not wanting to be on that product, but he had to be on that product. So that's why I'm always sensitive to people who are on the product. You got some people who they're doing it for cosmetic reasons, and they could do it naturally and be done with it, right? And then you have some people who they have to be on it for a certain reason because that's the only alternative that they found and come across, but they don't want to be on it. So he was one of the guys that was on the call, gym owners that was on the call. We had a good conversation. That dialogue was amazing. Plus, we had a young lady who had been in a naturopath for 20 plus years that was on there, and her partner is on there. Both of them are on board now, excited about what's going on. And so, I'm telling you, people are out there on this stuff, and people are out there treating people on this stuff as well. So, go ahead before we jump off. Go ahead and give you the opportunity to jump on.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Bean. Good morning, everyone.
Hey, good morning.
When you mentioned the form technique, that's something that you shared to us a few months back, and it stuck with me. And I'm preparing for a upcoming conference this weekend for entrepreneurs and investors alike. It's called InvestFest here in Atlanta, and I was really taking that approach that you're describing to the best of my ability when you shared it. Really just expanded, and I would so look forward to that session. But I just want to make sure I had that acronym right because this is what I've been using. It's the F is where you from, R is your recreation, what do you like to do, and O is your opportunity or occupation, and M is when we're gonna meet up. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's a nice little M is message. Meet because again, alternative that you can use for M, meet up, message. Now, when I do it, it's a little bit more. So, like I gave you an abbreviated form. So I have a lot of F words, So, and I mean that in the best way. No bad words, but I have a lot of F words, and so, and I go into detail because by the time I finish with that form technique, you have a whole entirely different appreciation for meeting somebody. It takes, you got first name, say their first name 5 times. You do that so you don't forget it, right? First 30 seconds, right? You want to make sure you understand that you have to make sure that you make an impact in the first 30 seconds, or they're going to wish you were gone. You're going to lose them in 30 seconds. So first 30 seconds is important, right? And so it's a lot of different F's in there that, I'm going to teach you guys. But yeah, you got the foundation of it. Matter of fact, that's kind of what it started off as when the person who initially taught it. It was family. F was family and friend, R is recreation, O is opportunity and occupation, and M is message, right? And so whatever that message would be, let's meet, right? I have a meeting, right? I have an opportunity, I have a video or a message for sometimes it's just, you know what? It was a pleasure meeting you. Here's my email address because you feel like it ain't going anywhere, but you want them to feel connected to you some kind of way, shape, form, and fashion, right? And so, but I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that you used that, Arthur. And, I'll make sure that when I do it this time around, you get the full experience. All right.
Great. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. So, okay. So, JD, you want to finish this thing off real quick? So you got something else?
Hey, Mr. Bean, I got something real quick.
Tim, go ahead.
Hey, I was sharing with JD that yesterday. my cousin, he asked me to go to a networking event with him. And I said, all right, cool. So we was riding in the truck, going to the event. He was telling me, man, I got a lot on my plate right now. But he was going because a friend of his was hosting it at the National Harbor here in DC. And he says, listen, I'm supposed to meet with the president of the Chamber of Commerce tomorrow of Prince George's County, which is the largest county here. Basically, one of the wealthiest African American counties here in the DC, Virginia area. And I was like, oh, that's cool, man. That's awesome. So we got to the network event, and he said, you could talk about your product or whatever. I said, man, I said, look here, you know how I do when I network. I'm an entrepreneur. I got a whole bunch of things. I got that. I got trading. I got this, real estate, whatever. And so I got there. As soon as I'm in the room, start talking to, like you said, talking to people, finding out what they do. They find out what you do. One gentleman, we started talking. I told him I was talking about the product. I said, I do AI consulting. He said, stop right there. What do you do for AI? So we talked a little bit. This dude been doing AI since 1979. Graduated from Carnegie Mellon. I mean, me and him went in on that. So he said, man, you got to connect. We got to do this, that, and the other. Since other gentlemen have walked up and was just standing there at the table, high boy, waiting like to, kind of get in the conversation. So I was trying to pivot the conversation to get this gentleman, I didn't know who he was. And so there's a lot of people in the room. And so finally, after about 10 minutes, kind of turned to the guy and I said, hey, sir, how you doing? Da, da, da. Because he heard that I lived in Puerto Rico. He was like, oh, you live in Puerto Rico? So we had a little dialogue. And he was like, and I said, so what is that you do, sir? Da, da, da. He said, I'm the president and CEO of the Chamber of Commerce for Prince George's County. I was like, oh, I didn't say oh, but I was like, oh, really? Okay. I said, do you know my
Talking
cousin
to the
over there?
man.
Yeah, I said, you know my cousin over there? Keith, my cousin across the room. He said, you know what? Me and him supposed to have a meeting tomorrow morning. I was like, really? I said, okay. So me and him started talking, and I didn't go into the product because he asked me what I did. I said, I do a few things as a serial entrepreneur. And but he was real interested in putting data centers out in Maryland because he says Virginia has a lot of. So we got on that thing. He said, well, definitely let's talk. I really want to know what you got to do. I talked about a project that we had. He said, yeah, let's get together. So I said all that to say that even though I went and I wanted to share what we have with them, the fitness and the product, we ended up having a good conversation. But the main thing, I'm getting on his calendar. So once I get on the calendar and we get into the, have conversations, that's going to come up as well. I'm going to tell him what I'm doing as far as this health and wellness thing, as well as some other projects that I have. So, and when you have a conversation with people, whatever, you in a room, you could be talking about one thing that's their interest, but then you could also pivot because now you're forming a relationship. So with that, Mr. B, I'm turning back over to you, sir.
Well, great stuff. You end up being in the room, end up opening your mouth, end up finding out that you're actually talking to the man. And guys, you never know who you're talking to, and so keep on having the conversations, keep on letting people know, what you do, and make that your daily ritual. You have people who will go back and they don't want to approach anybody, which is why, again, you have to learn stuff like the point technique, which makes it easy for you to go out there and talk to people because it takes the fear away. But when you out there having these conversations, it's the law of averages, the law of numbers, right? And if you go through the numbers, you're going to find somebody who is the president of a group, somebody who started a Facebook group, right? Somebody who has an organization like Donna Fount, I met somebody who has a women's organization, right? You're going to find some people like the guy who Tony found, who found the guy who owns a gym that was on there last night. The lady who was on the call last night with us, she literally said, she said, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. She said, I have a digital marketing agency. I said, you got a what? She said, I have a digital marketing agency. I said, yeah. She said, I'm gonna blast this out to everybody. She said, I'm gonna send this out to everybody. She said, and she started asking me about marketing, like marketing packages and all other stuff that what we can and cannot say, and she wanted all the information because she's really going to get ready to blow this thing out. And so I'm just telling you guys, man, you have no idea who you know. When you look at myself, my wife, we don't know, who people are. We're meeting, shaking hands. All we know is that everybody we're looking for, they're going to lead us to. And that's all that you can expect. Me, I just know if I go through the numbers, I'm going to one day find somebody who owns gyms, find somebody who owns cakes, and guess what? I don't have to talk to them direct. I'm just gonna find somebody who can find somebody who those rules. That's how it happens. Sometimes it's direct, but the time it's not. Most of the time it's indirect, and you're putting yourself in a position where you are. One second. You're putting yourself in a position where you can actually where you can open up the flood by tapping into everybody. You'll have people that will put you in place around the world. My wife, it's that thing before I did. We had a conversation yesterday, and I don't know if Miriam's on here or not, but this lady has followed us since we've been in coffee. She was never in our group, and I never met her once in my life. Right? But me and my wife on social media for upwards of 15 years, 16 years. And when she says, yesterday, she was like, you know what? I got to be the first person in this country to have this. So I got to be the first person to come in and build a group. I'm going to be the first person to bring this to our country. She said, I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to start talking to customs. I'm going to start talking to this. And she said, I'll have some information for you by the end of the week. What it takes to get this product in my country. Okay. And I'm telling you guys, what I'm sharing with you is this. Don't live your life on the factor and the wish factor. Live and build your business with the expectation, right, that something big is going to happen, right? It must happen. It has to happen because that's all you think about. That's all you are looking forward to and you do stuff for. I don't know who's coming. I just know they're coming, and I don't know how many coming. I just know it's going to be a lot of them, right? And I know this that I made right just shy of $10 million in coffee when I did coffee. With this, oh man, we about to blow that out of. We're going to year because of this product. I will have a year. My wife will have a year where we will actually make $1 million a month. I can see that right now. And it's not if it happens, it's just happening. It's because I'm calling it, doing the work, all right? We're building a network and we're taking full advantage of this opportunity. Because one thing I said when I was in coffee, I had asked me, what would you do if you could start over again and change it? I told them the same answer 100% of the time. If I could do all over again, what I would do is this. I would pick a whole lot faster and I would run a whole lot harder. I would talk to everybody I know and I wouldn't waste a single day. Every day would matter. Like I told you yesterday. When I first got started, 6 months, I didn't want to be in network marketing when I started coffee. The thing that most people don't even know. They know I was $10 million in coffee. What they don't know is for 6 months, five months, I didn't do it. My first 5 months, I didn't do it. First 5 months, I didn't do a thing. And somebody fired me up. Somebody gave me a phone call and said, hey, I don't know what you're doing, bro. He said, but we making money. You need to get off the couch. You need to get off. You need to stop doing.
I think Mr. Bleen's Bluetooth kicked over. He'll be back on a second.
I think he may be driving also.
Yeah. He's driving the car.
Hey, look,
Hey,
I'm gonna
hey,
go
hey.
and get some of it. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm outside. So I was just wrapping it up saying, guys, right now, where you're at right now today, you're the right place, you're the right time, you're the right people. You got the right things. Take the right action. All right, take the necessary steps to go out there and change your life. Because this time I know certain, like I said, that you get those 2 times in your life where you have an opportunity to be filthy, stinking, hog nasty rich. I don't know if I don't know if it's the second one, but I do know that it is one of them. So with that, guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same line. More people, more impact, guys. Appreciate you guys' contribution today. Bye bye for now.
Thank you so much, Miss Jane. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have a great
Yeah.
day.